Good morning, everyone. Happy Masters Day. But we're going to talk Major League Baseball on this show. I'm recording this a little bit early because not a lot of games here on Thursday, but we do have some day baseball, and day baseball is always a good thing. And yesterday was a good day, so let's go to the board here and recap yesterday's card quick. When you have big underdogs win, helps the old bankroll. I knew I was going to be on the Athletics. I needed just a couple basis point move to be able to play the Athletics, and played them, and they actually won the baseball game, so that was good for me. So I ended up cashing on Cleveland, Texas, St. Louis, and the Athletics. My losers yesterday, the Pittsburgh Pirates in that opener, low-scoring game for, 7 innings, and then the floodgates open with the runs there, and then I also lost on the New York Mets. Not a good bet there for me. That was a loser. But once again, it was a good day yesterday. Anytime the big dogs win, it's probably going to be a good day for the show. Can't believe I didn't get the Rockies in. I was so close to having a bet on the Rockies. Never got to the number I needed, so didn't get to play that game. So let's go to the board for today. First game off the board is in Miami, 11:10 a.m. Central start here. The Reds actually lost yesterday. It was their first road loss of the season. They're now 5-1 on the road this year. Both teams off to a good start. Cincinnati 8-4 on the year. The Marlins 7-5 on the year. It is Louder and Meyer on the bump today for the teams. Once again, taking a look at the computer numbers and the win probability. You see ESPN heavily weights Miami. They're at a 58.1% win probability. Meanwhile, TeamRankings gives the lowest edge to the Marlins with only 53.9%. And based on a request out there from one of the viewers, you wanted me to highlight the high or the low, I guess, for each of the teams. So I did that today. So now that's in bold, which goes into this category with the implied odds for the worst number set on the board. Maybe a little confusing, I apologize. But bottom line, FanGraphs, ESPN, and TeamRankings all give the Marlins the edge in this baseball game, giving them an implied odds of a minus 126, given the 55.77% win probability. So for me to play the Reds today, it would need to be at a plus 148. Best price in the market right now is sitting at a plus 115. So I don't think I'll get involved with Cincinnati. I do think I could end up with a play in the Marlins here, though. I would play the Marlins at a minus 108. Right now, best price is at a minus 115. So it's possible it could go my direction there, and I would have a play on the Marlins. But no play yet. However, I will call out, once again, with the implied odds anyway, there is a little bit of an edge right now if you played the Marlins, a little bit of a discounted price there. But no play on the first game for me between the Reds and the Marlins. Next up on the board, that's not good. That's not supposed to be blank. So I am missing a game there. I have to go back and pull that up somehow. We'll skip forward then to the Twins and the Tigers. How about the Twinkies? They won again last night for 3 consecutive wins. Detroit now has lost 4 consecutive games. We have Flaherty and Abel on the bump today. Neither one has a good ERA in the season, so we'll see if we can get a better pitching performance. I think yesterday I said watch out for the under in this game. Dead wrong. The Twins came out, jumped out to the 6-0 lead, and the total was dead basically in the first inning. Looking at the computer numbers today, you have FanGraphs actually give the Twins the edge here at 50.8%. TeamRankings heavily weighted towards Detroit. They like the Tigers with a 60.2% win probability. When you average that out, Detroit's a 53.47% favorite, giving implied odds of a minus 115. I bet this play in the podcast last night with Detroit in the dark when it was 6-0. I ended up playing the Tigers at a minus 120. That was not a good wager. When you look at these numbers, I even paid more than the implied odds. It was more of that gut handicap. Are the Twins actually going to sweep a 4-game series against Detroit at home? I still say no from a gut standpoint, but from a number standpoint, can't justify the play here today because I would need a plus 110 on Detroit to play it. Best price in the market, minus 127. So I will not have a play for this particular show on Detroit. Meanwhile, Minnesota, given the low odds on TeamRankings, I would need a plus 161 to be on the Twins. So I won't be on the Twins either because the best price in the market's a plus 127, and I'm fairly confident 161 will never enter the market. So no play on that one for me for Detroit and Minnesota. Next up, it is the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the New York Mets, and I lost on the Mets yesterday. Yeah, the computer numbers always force me towards the Mets. Arizona picked up their first road win of the season. They're now 1-4 on the year. Today it's Rodriguez on the bump for Arizona, McLean on the bump there for the Mets. Taking a look at the computer numbers, ESPN heavily favoring the Mets again today. 68.8% win probability. Meanwhile, TeamRankings, they're the slightest edge on the Mets. They give them a 59.2% edge. So you average that out. Once again, the implied odds on the Mets today is a minus 175. I would play the Mets today at a minus 136. I could see that coming into play. Right now, best prices at a minus 147. 11 basis points with the favorite to come down. That might be tough to get, but we'll see if I can get a play on the Mets again today to have a favorite on the card. Meanwhile, for Arizona, given the low number of win probability on ESPN for them, I would actually need to have a plus 235 to play the Diamondbacks. At a plus 147, that's not going to happen. That's a whole lot of movement that would need to happen there, and I don't expect to see that. So if I would have any action on this game, it would definitely be on the New York Mets. But right now, I'm still 11 basis points away from being able to play the New York Mets. Next up on the card, it's the Chicago White Sox of the Kansas City Royals. A couple teams in my Twins division, and both teams are struggling right now. The White Sox just got swept by the O's, so they've dropped 3 straight. Meanwhile, the Royals have lost 2 straight, so something's got to give today. Somebody's going to get a W. Looking at the computer numbers, everyone favors Kansas City, and the bandwidth is somewhat narrow here. I don't see a lot of variance between the 3 sets of computer numbers. You average them out, the White Sox implied odds would be at a plus 160. The Royals implied odds would be at a minus 160. So I would play the White Sox at a plus 176. I think I will end up being on the White Sox today. Right now, the best price in the market is a plus 171. So basically 5 basis points is what I would need to have for movement today to be in play in the White Sox. And I think I'll probably get that. I have a road underdog. Can it move another 5? Yes, I do think it'll move another 5. So I would venture a guess I'll be on the White Sox by the end of the day. But on this show, as I record it, number isn't where I need it to be, so no play there. On the Kansas City side, I would need a minus 144 to play it. Once again, best price at a 171. I don't anticipate I will be making that move or seeing that type of movement. And so that's where we sit right now at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. No play for me, but I would anticipate I'll be on the White Sox. Next up, it is the Colorado Rockies at the San Diego Padres. Surprisingly, both teams are off to a 6-6 start. How about Colorado? 4 consecutive wins. They got the brooms out against Houston and swept the Astros this week. Now they travel to San Diego. We'll see how they do on the road. Only one pitcher has been listed. That's Vasquez going for San Diego. No pitcher has been posted yet for Colorado. That could create some additional movement once the pitcher is posted. Looking at the computer numbers right now, FanGraphs gives the largest or the least amount of an edge to San Diego at 61% win probability. TeamRankings heavily weighted towards San Diego to 63.6%. Still not a ton of variance there compared to some other games. So the implied odds here, San Diego minus 166, Colorado plus 166. I would play Colorado at a plus 186. I'm not that far away right now. Best price in the market for me is at the plus 177. Wouldn't be shocked if I'm able to play on Colorado and make up that 9 basis points on the San Diego side. I would need a minus 146 number to play the Padres, currently sitting at a minus 177. Don't expect to make up that type of gap unless Colorado comes out with a pitcher that we absolutely love today, which I do not anticipate. So if I have a play on this game, once again, I would anticipate that it would be on the Colorado Rockies, given the 9-point gap there from a number standpoint for me to touch. So that's where I'm at on that game between the Rockies and the Padres. And that is the end of the list here. So what I'm going to try to do here, let's go in and find that other game that I skipped over. There we go. So now, boom. Technology, not my friend. So I don't know why it doesn't show on a full screen. That makes no sense to me. So we'll look at it this way, okay? So we have the Athletics taking on the Yankees. This was a nice winner for me yesterday. Don't expect a repeat, but guess what? I know I'm going to be playing it again. It springs of the bump for the Athletics. He's 1-0 with a 2.38 ERA, so I like that. Weathers goes for the Yankees. He's 0-0 with a 4.50 ERA. Looking at the numbers here, you see the Yankees heavily favored on all three sites. FanGraphs gives the Athletics the best chance to win at a 39.6% win probability. Meanwhile, TeamRankings heavily weighted towards the Yankees at a 65.4% win probability. The implied odds, minus 168, plus 168. So if I wanted to bet the Yankees, I would need a minus 142 to play them. Minus 199 is the price. So guess what? I will not be on the New York Yankees. That's basically a guarantee for you that I will not be on the New York Yankees given that gap. The Athletics, meanwhile, I'm almost going to guarantee you, similar to yesterday, I will be on the Athletics here. Right now, I would need a plus 201 to bet the Athletics. Best price, plus 199. So I think I'll get that 2 basis point movement there and be able to touch the Athletics by the time it's all said and done. That one, once again, first pitch, 12:35 p.m. Central at Yankee Stadium. And I have no idea why the screen wouldn't allow that one. I'm going to try it again. From current slide, it is still blank. How does it go blank? I'm going to have to go to ChatGPT, or if anybody knows, reach out to me and let me know why I'm so bad at technology that I can see it when I look at all the little screens, but when we go to this one, it shows up blank. The mysteries of baseball. There we go. But so officially here today, no plays as I record the show. Podcast version, I did have the one baseball play last night on Detroit, but the numbers don't justify it. That was a gut handicap for me. But other than that, I do expect once again that I'll have the Athletics on the screen you can't see. I do think I will maybe end up with the White Sox today, and I think I'll end up with the Rockies today. So if I were to venture a guess, I'll have 3 big underdogs today in Major League Baseball. But yeah, smaller slate of games, but we get some days baseball. We also get to keep a screen on the Masters today on the golf front. But enjoy the games, get those wagers in, and let's cash some tickets together, everyone. Have a great day.